Hello, and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. As of Friday morning, January 21st, reports show the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Arlington increased by 2,791 for the week, up to 36,214. We at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News will continue to monitor the situation as the winter months continue. As for vaccinations, we examine Arlington County's vaccination tracker. According to that site, 193,722 Arlingtonians aged 5 and above have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. They show that figure as 86.3% of their estimated eligible population of 224,196 Arlingtonians. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations. Arlington Mill Community Center, that's located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, that's located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. For more information, consult the Arlington County website. And now on to our next news story for this week. Arlington Public Libraries intend to once again be giving away at-home COVID-19 test kits. But as of January 7th, 2022, they reported that they have temporarily run out. According to a recent library announcement, test kits are dispensed on a first-come, first-served basis and can be picked up from the service desk at each library location. Neither proof of county residency nor a library card is required, and the kits are free of charge. For those who can't get an at-home test kit from the library, Arlington County has 3 testing kiosks open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. The kiosks are located in Virginia Highland Park parking lot at 1600 South Hay Street, the Arlington Mill Community Center parking lot at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and the Courthouse Plaza parking lot at 2088 15th Street North. In addition, another kiosk has opened at Marymount University. The Virginia Department of Health also has a list of testing locations. On a more positive note, we noticed that the arts in Arlington are continuing through the winter. The first example is called In Spite of Modernism, Contemporary Art, Abstract Legacies, and Identity. This exhibit features 5 contemporary artists who challenge abstract styles narrowly associated with modernism. Each artist applies styles like geometric abstraction and flat, colorful compositions, those developed by various communities around the world, into their paintings and fabric-based works. In doing so, the artists confront the modern movement's exclusions of race, gender, and sexuality, and offer a more inclusive interpretation of the history and artistic styles that gave Western modern artists global recognition. The show runs through March 19th at Arlington Arts Center. That's located at 3550 Wilson Boulevard near Virginia Square. Also, here's something from the Arlington Artists Alliance. It's called Lighting Our Community with Art. Dominion Electric Supply in North Arlington has partnered with the Arlington Arts Alliance and local food and wine vendors for a series of community art shows at their space on Langston Boulevard. The shows will feature works by ceramicist Levin DeWolf and mixed media artists Tom Maltinsky and Pat Loudis, and painters Donna Lomangiano, Rebecca McNeely, and Andrea Shellman. Those shows run through February 28th at Dominion Lighting. That's located at 5053 Langston Boulevard. In an interesting weather-related development, the Arlington County Public School System issued the following announcement on Wednesday, January 19th. Code 1. Due to the winter weather advisory issued for Arlington during the morning commute, all schools and offices will be closed on Thursday, January 20th. The anticipated snow failed to produce any significant accumulations as most roads remain above freezing throughout the school day, but the decision to close had already been made. This latest closure has used up all of the designated snow days for the current school year, and future closures will revert to distance learning. And now on to our last news story for this week. Here's a story we just picked up from our friends at ARL Now. A black female coyote was spotted near Lover Run this week, and she may have pups. The Animal Welfare League of Arlington indicated that the creature was not new to the area. The USDA wildlife specialist said the Arlington forest coyote's dark fur is uncommon but not rare. Coyotes in the east have tremendous color variation. According to AWLA's Chief of Animal Control, Jennifer Toussaint, the Arlington forest coyote is not the only dark coyote to have been seen in Arlington. She saw another one on Route 110 near Memorial in 2013. She compared the uncommon coloration to that of the more prevalent black squirrel. The AWLA says they became aware of this coyote in Arlington Forest last year. Well, that does it for the news for this week. Now on to our community bulletin board stories.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Our first CBB event is for kids in kindergarten through grade 5. It's part of the Arlington Library's Kids Club series. Each club meeting, the kids get to explore arts, books, crafts, and building through a different fun activity. This month, it's Lego Club. The club will provide the Legos, and the kids will bring their creativity and imagination. Here's a note about COVID-19 safety. Attendees and family groups will be spaced 6 feet apart to account for social distancing. All attendees aged 2 and older, regardless of vaccination status, will be required to wear a mask while inside all library facilities. Another note, you don't have to register, but space is limited, so attendance is first come, first served until event capacity is reached. You can call 703-228-5946 for more information. That's on Wednesday, February 2nd, from 4:15 to 5:30 p.m. in the Barbara M. Donnellan Auditorium at Arlington Central Library, 1015 North Quincy Street. Our next event is another library offering for people of low and moderate income. They say it's good for young professionals, parents, families, adults, and caregivers of adults. In short, it's good for just about everybody, kind of like oatmeal. What it actually is free 2021 tax preparation assistance. Yes, you can get certified tax counselors to prepare your return for free. It's being presented in partnership with AARP. Here are some important documents to bring with you: the previous 2 years' tax returns, any correspondence you got from the IRS and/or your state and local taxing authority, Social Security cards or other official documentation showing the taxpayer ID numbers for every individual on your return, a government-issued photo ID for each taxpayer, checking or savings account information if you want direct deposit or direct debit, any identity protection information, and other official forms including W-2, 1099-G, SSA 1099, RRB 1099, 1099-INT, 1099-DIV, 1099-B, 1099-R, 1099-MISC or MISC, 1099-K, or any other 1099 forms. If you have a business, bring a list of all your income, cash and non-cash, and any business-related expenses. Also, information about any other form of income, including cash. If you have an IRS Letter 6475 about the economic impact payment, bring that. Also, IRS Letter 6419 about any advanced child tax credit you got. Also, records of any federal or state or local income tax you paid, including quarterly estimated tax payments, if they're not shown on the other documents. Finally, any other records showing possible deductions, health insurance, and credits. The service is available by appointment only at the Columbia Pike Branch Library through April 15th, 2022. The available dates and times are Tuesdays from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m., Wednesdays from 11 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m., Fridays from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m., and Saturdays and Sundays from 10 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. You can get more information and make an appointment at novataxaide.org. That's novataxaide.org. Help is also available at other library locations. Just check the Arlington County Library website. Our next CBB event is for kids aged 3 to 5 years. This one's called Pre-K Arctic Creatures. Now, a lot of people associate the Arctic with penguins, but penguins don't live there. Their home is actually in the Antarctic. Still, the Arctic has plenty of other interesting creatures. Preschool programs are offered throughout the year at both Gulf Branch and Long Branch nature centers. The theme for preschool programs is repeated during the month, so please register for only one session at each nature center per month. You only need to register the child, but caretakers must stay during the program. There is also a $5 fee for this event, payable at registration. For information, call 703-228-3403. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Friday, February 4th from 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 North Military Road. The next event is for families, kind of. It's called February Freeze Dance, which seems like a very good name for a midwinter event. February Freeze Dance, though, is an exciting Grand Day event where grandparents and their grandchildren can show off their moves and make memories together. They can play fun dance games, win prizes, and enjoy dancing to their favorite tunes. It's free and open to grandparents and grandchildren of all ages. They say it's recommended for ages 5 and up, so the grandparents should have no problem in qualifying. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Saturday, February 5th from 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. The next CBB event is called So Much Fun. It's mostly for kids ages 8 to 11. That's because you only need to register the children, but while caretakers are not required to stay, they can join in if they want to. It's a chance to join in for a celebration of snow. You'll explore the science behind snowflakes, create paper snowflakes to decorate the nature center, and make your very own snow globes to take home. The program will be held outdoors. There might even be some real snow. For information, call 703-228-3403. That's on Saturday, February 5th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 North Military Road. Our last CBB event is called Tiny Treks Lacey Woods. They say it's for very young children ages 0 to 5, but they probably don't really mean 0. I think a newborn would probably be at least 10 minutes old by the time you got there. Anyway, you only need to register the children, but caretakers must stay with their child during the program. It's a chance to join a naturalist and other young families for a story and a short walk meant for the littlest legs. Each month, you'll visit a different park and explore what it has to offer. This program will take place outdoors. They want you to meet the naturalist near the bathrooms. For information, call 703-228-3403. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Tuesday, February 8th from 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. at Lacey Woods Park, 1200 North George Mason Drive. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. Our first 55 Plus event is called Black History in Arlington, Part 1. In honor of Black History Month, Carl Van Newkirk from the Arlington Historical Society will give a series of talks on the history of African Americans in Arlington. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-400-02. That's on Wednesday, February 2nd from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Aurora Hills Community Center, 735 18th Street South. Also, Part 2 is happening next week on Wednesday, February 9th at the same time and the same place. That activity number is 912-400-03. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. However, I gotta say that I think this program should be done again for the younger folks because they need to learn about it just as much. Anyway, our next event is another installment of Travel Trivia. It's a chance to virtually travel the far reaches of the globe with this stimulating trivia challenge. They say that you can connect with 55 plus friends and meet new people along the way, but let's face it, the people you will meet will just be new to you because this is a 55 plus group. Also, the only truly new people are just little babies who probably haven't really gone anywhere. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Thursday, February 3rd from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Our next event is called Normal versus Abnormal Aging. Now, don't get me wrong. Every morning when I look in the mirror, I say, this can't be normal, but that's just regular aging. This event is about something entirely different. While some mild changes in cognition are considered a normal part of the aging process, dementia is not. This event is a chance to join the George Washington Institute for Brain Health and Dementia to determine the signs and symptoms of both. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-500-11. That's on Thursday, February 3rd from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. at Lubber Run Park, North Columbus and 2nd Streets. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Our next event is called Current Events. It's not about the Potomac River, even though these days it sometimes feels like we're all swimming upstream. What it is a series of discussions on who, where, and what events are taking place in current local and world news. The discussions are informal and volunteer-led. The group meets on the first and third Mondays of each month. Now, they list this as a drop-in event, so you don't need to register and there's no activity number. This one's on Thursday, February 3rd from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Our next event is called Continuum of Care. You got in-home care, skilled nursing, assisted living, post-hospital rehab. There are many options for help and home life as you age. Professionals from Arlington Neighborhood Village, Synergy Home Care, The Jefferson, Goodwin House at Home, and Capital Caring will discuss services and answer questions about costs and how those might be covered by insurance. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-500-15. That's on Tuesday, February 8th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Our final event is called Rock Music Legends, Dylan and Springsteen. While they each had their own unique style, Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen still had a lot in common, with Springsteen clearly drawing inspiration from Dylan. Volunteer Carl Gold will discuss some interconnections between these two iconic artists in life and in their music and perform some of their songs. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-301-34. That's on Tuesday, February 8th from 1:30 to 2:45 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
On last week's show, we mentioned the 5.8% average increase in Arlington's residential real estate assessments and noted that this was just the average. Since then, we have learned of one North Arlington property whose total assessment was increased by 8.9%. Details show that while the building's valuation changed only slightly, the land assessment increased by 9.9%. There were no improvements to the land during the past several years, so there was no physical basis for the increased assessment. But such calculations are not based on physical reality. County inspectors acknowledge that they examine sales statistics, not actual locations. The problem for homeowners is that these higher valuations result in higher taxes, which must be paid twice a year, and that most of the benefit that might be derived from such increases can only be realized later when the property is sold. This may be a boon to speculators and investors, but it is a hardship for residents who need their home as a long-term place to live. We therefore disagree with the somewhat rosy statement from County Manager Mark Schwartz that, and we quote, "The increase in property values for this year shows the attractiveness of our Arlington community," unquote. We contend that such increases actually have the effect of turning Arlington from a community that was livable to one that is only leavable. And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.